Hey everybody, it's Shane and I'm back in the Level Up 737-900ER. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite aircraft to fly. I've been tweaking on it for a bit and I've got it flying really good tonight, as you'll see. We're going to be taking this aircraft up to Minneapolis, St. Paul and back. And the primary reason tonight, other than to fly this awesome plane, is to check out the new Nimbus Chicago O'Hare scenery, which is updated today. And it's available on the org store. I just got mine. It has a lot of improvements and changes from the original 4.0. So this is 4.1. So we'll just take a, mosey about and fly down to, or taxi down to 28 right for departure, and we'll check out the scenery along the way. I got the aircraft already set up. I'm ready to run this final cockpit preparation checklist. So IFR clearance. I did get one before ATC bailed on me. So we're cleared via the O'Hare 9 departure. Maintain 250 feet until advised. Climb via SID. Maintain 5,000 feet. Okay. Expect 360. Expect 28 right at November 5. Departure frequency Unicom. Just maintain 250 till advised. Okay. Squawk 2256. Set. Radios are set for departure. Got Unicom here, or rather I have CTEF here, Unicom on the right. Nav is set. I've got ILS for 28 center dialed in case we have to come back. The quantity is 11.5. Flight altitude is 36 plus 1, so 37.
O'Hare traffic. Train 204 heavy direct Hazel. We crossing Hazel at 4,000 for the ILS 28 center. O'Hare.
Okay, so I got flight directors and auto throttle arm, MCP airspeed set V2, and that's going to be 148. Okay, and then we'll set the runway heading, which is 273, I believe. Let's confirm that now. 273, yep. Okay, altitude 5,000 initial altimeters. Okay, now's a good time to review the weather. Weather at O'Hare is 270 at 12, gusting 19. 10 miles visibility, fuel clouds 5,500. Temperature -2. Altimeter 2968. That's set. Auto brakes. RTO. Departure brief. Okay, we're at O'Hare at gate Bravo 10, I believe. We're going to taxi down here. Get on to taxiway Alpha. And then go Alpha 12 down to Lima Lima until I get to Yankee. Then we'll make a right at Yankee. It's at November 5, right? Where's November 5 at? Oh, okay. I take that back. We're departing from November 5, so that's actually a bit different. So we'll come down here to Alpha. Make a right turn on Alpha 10. Left turn on November. Onto November 5, and it will depart from this intersection. That should still give us about 10,000 feet of runway. I'm not going to change my takeoff data for that. And we're on the O'Hare 9 departure. Okay, all aircraft expect radar vectors to first flight. First en route nav aid fix. Expect clearance to request altitude 10 minutes after departure. Cross DME 5.5 from CGO at about 3,000. Okay. Simple enough. And then after we take off, we're gonna vector ourselves over to Pumpkin, proceed on course. A little under an hour to Minneapolis. What's up, Phyllis? AD, welcome back. Let's do this thing. APU is coming online. Before start, pushback checklist. Lower MFDs on engine. Doors and windows are closed. Yaw dampers on. Hydraulic pumps on. Fuel on. Parking brake set. Wait on APU gens. While I do that, we'll call tug.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
AD, you're gonna love it, man. Hey, come over to my Discord if you need help setting it up. I got some software and some profiles that will help you use it with the 757, 767, 777, with the level up the Zebos, and the MD-11. I'm really happy with mine. Best purchase that I've made for my flight sim gear in a long time. Okay, APU gens are set. Full chocks, age, beacon light, trim air is on. Engine bleeds, ACARS. Let's do that real quick before I forget. What's up, surveying? Welcome aboard. We have a good flight tonight. I'm loving this. Guys, I'm going to talk to you about this 737-900, man. This thing is so good right now. I just made some tweaks to it, but boy, does it fly amazing. I've been flying it for
Okay, traffic.
a couple days
204
offline.
heavy left base, ILS 280 center. Okay, traffic.
Okay, we're set. I push your start.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Wire traffic, good evening. United 2664, push your start, gate Bravo 10, tail facing north. Alright, crew, let's do this.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Alright, starting 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Oh. That was a close one, man. It like froze up for a second. That never happens to me. A DC-10, huh? What sim are you got a DC? What sim do you have a DC-10 in? Fuel on. Yeah, tell me more about this DC-10 you're flying. I'm interested. Okay, oil pressure lights out, starter valves closed, roll back on 2, starting 1. Okay, rotation on 1. Infinite flight. I don't know what infinite flight is. Tell me more about this.
Traffic, Giant 204 heavy, fully established localizer, 28 center. We're going to be on about a 10-mile final. Oh,
Fuel
yeah.
on. Like, what sim is that? Like, what model DC-10 is this? I don't know this plane. Yeah, well, pressure lights out. Starter valve closed. Roll back. Alright. We got good start.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
At the start checklist. And APU's off. Taxi checklist. Flaps and flick off. Flaps 5. Step trim 5.75. Okay, takeoff data. V1 143. Rotate 145. V2 148. On a PFD. Takeoff thrust setting is 98.4. That's not right. That's not right at all. Ah, that's why. There we go. 87.3. That's much better. Transponder. TA. Alright, see, that's why we check that stuff, right?
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Alright, see ya. O'Hare traffic, United 2664, taxi to runway 28 right via Alpha 10, November 5. O'Hare. Alright, crew, I'm ready to go. You guys ready? Oh, I've never heard of Infinite Flight. I'll have to look into that, man. Sounds cool.
Overhead traffic. Giant 204 heavy short final 28 center. Oh yeah.
Okay, brakes and nozzle steering is checked. Okay, flight controls checked. Ailerons left. Ailerons right, elevator up, elevator down, rudder left, rudder right. Okay, flight controls are checked. Next checklist complete. United 767 right there. I'll be flying on a United 767 for real here next month. I'm going to be heading to London, and I have a quick layover in Chicago O'Hare from LAX, and I'll be on a 767-300 from O'Hare to Heathrow. Okay, alright, this is Alpha over here, yep. Hey, there's a giant 777 landing right there.
Traffic, Giant 204 has that gate runway 28 center at Delta taxi into the South Cargo ramp.
This scenery is absolutely stunning. Like, this is the best payware scenery I've ever gotten. It's just, the frames are great, it's beautiful. I'm blown away by the quality of this. I'm definitely a big fan of Nimbus scenery. They're a little pricey, but they're worth it, man. What you get is really detailed sceneries, and their Discord, the Nimbus guy is very responsive. This update came out as a result of a lot of people giving him feedback from version 4.0. So he made a lot of
Air
changes
traffic, Booker 3775
based on what people
heavy,
were telling him,
10 mile final runway,
and was very receptive to the feedback
aid center.
and making things right, which is worth every penny. It's telling me we're going to get updates when we pay for this stuff. So good for him. All right, Alpha 10's right here. We're going to make a right turn. And we're going to go past Bravo onto November. Clear on the right. On the left. Come left. Okay, that's November 4 there. We're going to go down to November 5. We'll be ready for takeoff. Let's run the before takeoff checklist. MFD.
O'Hare traffic, Giant 204 heavy crossing runway 28 center at Tango.
VNAV, LNAV. Oh, no VNAV. Let's do heading select. Oh, I know why there's no VNAV. We'll fix that in a second. Okay, this is November 5. On the brakes. Brake set. Alright, let's fix this. I think we have a discontinuity here, if that's what it is. There we go. Now do we have VNAV? Yes, sir. Okay, ICAS, no alerts, exterior lights.
Traffic, Walker 3775 heavy is 5 mile final runway 28 center.
And just start switches. Alright. O'Hare traffic, United 2664 departing 28 right at November 5. No delay. Keep it rolling.
Approaching 28 right.
Clock set.
On runway 28 right.
Alright, Chris, do it. Set takeoff thrust. N1, Toga.
$80 knots.
Thus hold. Guys, watch how smooth this rotation is. And don't get jealous.
Big V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
Heading select VNAV speed. O'Hare traffic, yeah, 2664 is clear of 28, right.
$1,000.
That was smooth, dude. I got this thing dialed in now, man. speed checks, flaps 1.
Air traffic, Walker 3775 heavy, back heading in Delta Delta to the left, to the cargo ramp.
I'm gonna go LNAV. Okay, speed checks, flaps up. Yep, I use X checklist, and if you want this checklist, I'm happy to give it to you. It's available on my Discord server. I make them myself for my own uses, but you're welcome to use it if you like it. Yeah, this thing flies so nice for me. This is definitely my favorite one to fly now.
1,000 to go.
Okay, altitude. Alright, there's 250. And 360. Set. After landing checklist, landing gear up, lights out, handles off, flaps are up, retract auto brakes off, exterior lights are off. Yeah, man, just come over to my Discord, I'll give you a copy of it. It's available right now, along with the flight model files for this aircraft. And boy, is it flying good, man. Wait till you see the landing. This thing is such a pleasure to fly by hand. I don't even have the autopilot on right now. Get to the secret sauce, man. Put some of this sauce on the plane. The files are on my Discord and they're free. There's no reason to fly Zebo when you got these. Look how nice this plane handles, guys. Oh. Alright, autopilot's coming on. Okay, 287 on the speed. What'd you guys think of that rotation during takeoff? Wasn't that smooth? Well, so this isn't Zebo mod. This is Zebo mod, right? I want to make sure we get the verbiage correctly. So you have the Zebo 737-800, and then you have the level up NG series, which is the 6, 7, 8, and 9. But both of them are powered by Zebo mod, right? So Zebo mod is the plugin that controls all of the avionics, the cockpit, the code of the plane, right? And both Zebo and Level Up use it. That's why the cockpits are so similar. That's why they have the same data refs. I can take this setup and drop it on a Zebo and everything would work exactly the same. Because that plugin controls everything. But what it doesn't control are the visuals, the sounds, and then the flight model. So Zebo takes the flight model that we make and then it injects its autopilot and does what it can with that. But it's you know, it just powers the systems. Okay, 180, standard. After takeoff checklist complete. And we'll do our RVISM altitude check at 190. Cross-check. What do you mean? I used to push back lines, didn't I? I thought I did. It was dark. I thought I did. So Fox, here's what I'm thinking. Up until recently, these flight models were not comparable, right? I do feel up until now, the Zebo did fly better than the Level Up, but I feel like I've done enough work to these that they fly just as good or better. So now you have a comparable flight model, and you have better visuals, better sounds-ish, although I still think V1 sounds are better. These are good still. And you have all the variants, right? Zebo's only the 800. Level Up gives you everything. So I don't see any reason to fly Zebo at all. Yeah, so right now I have the 7, the 8, and the 900 ER fixes available. So one thing that I want to point out to you guys is the reason why the controls feel the way they do is a little bit of user edit on my part. Let me show you what I mean.
Fire traffic, yeah, 3 heavies taking off on my 2-way right. It'll be a departure to the northeast. Go ahead.
Alright, hold on. So, when you get my files from my Discord server, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get this this RAR file. Okay, I include a README with instructions and a change log down here. And I also give you this. So, this is how I tune the aircraft to feel the way I want it to. I make adjustments to this pitch axis response curve. I use a Honeycomb Alpha, and it's very sensitive, right? Especially kind of at the low end, it's very touchy. So how I've nulled that out is I put in this elevated curve, and I've dropped the max range to 0.73. So what this does is it limits the maximum elevator that you can apply to 0.73, which means you don't actually get the full elevator throw that it's capable of getting, but it means that like at 50% of physical travel of the yoke, it's only applying about 35% of the elevator, which makes it speed a little bit smoother. And I give you a recommended range here, right? So I use 0.73. I recommend anything between 0.7 and 0.8, but you don't have to do that. You can leave it at 1.0, but that's how I've tuned it, you know. That makes any sense. It's optional, but recommended. And I'm using 0.73 on this one right now. Fox, try that. If you're using my flight model, they go well with those sensitivities. Now, the 700, the 800, and 900 all have different pitch sensitivity ranges because they're heavier or lighter. This has really smoothed it out for me. Turning that up, changing that number. That's really made it better. If you watch the rotation that I had, it was so smooth. And just wait till we watch the landing. That's true. It is. So, here, Andre, the other thing that I could do here, which I don't want to do, is this. So let me bring up Playmaker. Hopefully, I don't crash my sim doing this. Please don't crash my sim. Ah, crap. I don't like it. Okay, we're good. What I could do is I can come in here and I can take this number right here and reduce it to make it 73% of what it would normally be, right? So you could still put your yoke at 1.0, but it would only give you, say, 18 degrees nose up, right? But I don't want to do that because I still want to leave some controllability for people who want more sensitivity, right? So in that situation, I recommend those control curves so that you can tailor the feel to what you want and still have enough elevator to fly the plane safely. And if you don't want it, then you put it at 1.0 and it flies fine. Or it'll give you everything you want, but I don't ever need that much elevator in this plane, so this is the fix that I found, coupled with my flight model edits, that I find gives it the best feel for what I want it to feel like for myself. Again, it's entirely optional, and you don't have to do it. And I've had reports from different people now. Oh my God, Darren. Yeah. Let's talk later. I'm curious what happened here. I'm sorry to hear that, man. You were doing so much work there. What happened? We can talk about it offline, man. But yeah, by all means, you're welcome aboard, man. Yeah, so anyway, Andre, what I was saying was I have noticed that people who have honeycomb, yeah, offline for sure. People who have honeycomb alphas probably have the most sensitive pitch control. The Thrustmaster Boeing yoke seems to be somewhere in the middle. And people who use like joysticks or side sticks, like the Thrustmaster side stick, have the least sensitive flight controls. So those guys with the joysticks tend to like the 1.0. They said it feels fine, it doesn't over control. The people with the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke will use either 1.0 or like 0.9, and it's not too sensitive for them. People who use the honeycomb alpha yoke like I do, it needs a lot more desensitivity. in your case, you'll want to leave your elevator sensitivity at 1.0 for the Thrustmaster. And you should be fine. And plus, the way that yoke moves is different, right? It's hinged from the bottom, so it reacts differently. The honeycomb is straight lateral, right? Forward and aft. There's no rotating to it, right? Right. I understand this. So it's going to have a different feel than the honeycomb will. Okay, we're coming up on top of descent, and correction, top of climb, and then about 80 miles after that, we'll hit top of descent. So we'll be looking at getting into Minneapolis around 5:51 Zulu. So about 35 minutes, not too long. Honestly, Malps, I didn't even touch it. I didn't even fly it before because I knew it was going to be garbage. So I did not. I didn't even bother flying it. I already knew what I wanted to do based on my press experience with these jets. So I just started making changes right off the bat, and I did most of them in the blind without even flying it. And I got it about 80% right, I think. The last tweak I made was to take a little more lift out of the flaps. So I've detuned the flaps significantly. And I've also taken a lot of lift out of the actual airfoils themselves.
1,000 to go.
Check. The amount of lift in this aircraft was just too much for it, right? So that's why I was always flying it like... So normally when you're cruising, we'd be like almost in negative pitch. And approach, you'd be like 3 degrees down, flying the SimBrief published approach speeds. So I fixed all that. You'll see when we land at Minneapolis, the approach pitch is perfect. It's so good. And then the rotation, I mean the flare. Oh man, I can't wait. I love to fly this plane right now. Well, what I have are the published V speeds, right? So I have I know what the approach speeds are. I know what the takeoff speeds are. So that information is known. So you kind of wrap your FMC speed, VNAV path. You wrap the flight model around known speeds. And I also watch a lot of, because I'm not a 737 pilot, but I watch a lot of videos, right? Or I see one on TV. I know where they cruise. And they don't cruise completely nose down. They're usually about here. So I've adjusted the cruise pitch here. And I know what their approach pitches are because on my Discord I have a 737 pilot, and I've asked him for some references, and he gives me I ask him, hey, what is your typical approach pitch at this flap setting at this landing weight? And he'll go fly the plane from Southwest or something, and he'll say, hey, during this approach, these were my speeds, this was my weight, and this was our pitch, our deck angle on approach, 1.5 degrees or whatever. So I make those changes, and I observe the amount of yoke deflection during takeoff and landing, watching a lot of these videos on YouTube and Facebook, whatever, and I see how much yoke they're putting in to make the plane react, so I try to make the flight model do what that's doing. Yeah, I will get to the 900, but it's not nearly as popular as the ER, so it'll probably be the last one that I do. After this, I'm going to work on the 600 because a lot of people like that little stubby thing. Alright, cool guys, we're cruising at 360. Top of descent will be coming up here in 28, so about 9 minutes. So let's go ahead and start running some numbers here. So we'll review our landing data now. Landing performance, so I'm expecting runway 30. Oh, it's wet. Okay. So 10,000 feet landing distance available. Outside air temperature minus 12. Oh crap. And it's wet. We talking snow here or what? Auto brakes 1. Okay, yeah. Because of the wet runway, our factored landing distance is almost a full length here. Approach speed is 142. So that's gonna give me a VREF of 137. Okay. 137. Let's see, runway condition. Let's put medium to poor. Let's take a look at this chart here. Actually, you know what? Let's review the weather for Minneapolis. Okay. Ooh, this is fun. Information Sierra. Apparently there's VATSIM. Is there somebody on VATSIM here? Holy crap, tower's on, I bet. Tower's on. Okay, 126.7. Alright, let me just knock that out before I forget. Okay. So, the weather is 320 at 11, 3 miles visibility, snow, overcast at 3,500, temperature minus 12. Holy crap. Altimeter 2978. Oh, wow. Light rime icing from 2,500 feet to 5,000. Okay, condition code's 555. Runway 30. 555. Okay, so 5 miles northeast of Minneapolis, an A333 reported bases at 2,500 feet, tops at 5,000. Interesting. Well, this is fun. Alright. Let's go over the arrival. The Killer 3. That's lovely. So we're going to cross Zing at or above 290, Hander about 24, CMAC at 280 above 14,000, Killer at above 12 or 280, Huggy above 10, Stewie at 7, and then we're going to transition on to the ILS 30 left approach, and we're going to cross GQ at 210 knots, 7,000 feet. Okay, GQ, 7,000 feet mandatory initial approach fix. And then we'll step it down to 5,000 feet at Pixie. And then ABES down to 4. Narco down to 3. It's a 30-degree glide path down. The touchdown zone elevation is 823. RVR is 1,800 feet or half mile visibility. Decision altitude is 1023 Barrow. And the MSA is going to be 2,800 feet. No, actually, it's going to be 3,500 feet within 25 miles of the Minneapolis VOR. In the event of a missed approach, we'll climb to 1,300 feet, then a climbing turn, or correction, then climb to 3,000 on heading 301 and outbound to Minneapolis VOR radial 298 to walk SIP and hold. Okay. So landing data is reviewed, arrival and approach briefing is performed, decision altitude 1023. Landing altitude will be 800 feet. Seatbelt signs are still on. We'll let the flight attendants know to start preparing for descent. Okay. Just waiting on top. Yes, I did MD-11. I made some changes to the rotate MD-11 flight model. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. It's a 10,000 foot runway. I don't think we're gonna have any issues here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the flaps starting approach. Yeah, I don't fly to Minneapolis very often. Maybe twice a year, and usually in the MD-11, so I'll see how this goes. But we definitely have snow on the runway. Needless to say, we'll be using Max Reverse here. Hey, somebody in the chat, if you can help me out, find out what gate that, or what gates United parks at. I don't really know, and I want to try to get that correct. So, if you can give me an idea of what gate I should be parking at, that would help a lot. I honestly don't have a clue where I would be parking at here. E6. Okay, I'll do that. That's a United flight, yeah? Alright, you hear the ding, right? Reset MCP altitude. I'll set that at 10,000 for now. Alright, here we go, heading down. I'm gonna spend a minute to adjust this thing. I haven't done it yet. Yeah, the G-loaded camera for me is not. It's too much. This is a little more smooth for me. There we go. Well, I got it. I'm gonna use it. It works for me. For better or for worse. So unless I'm misreading this, we are way high on this profile here, so... add some speed brake in here to help get us back on this profile because we're way high. Let's see if we can get this diamond back over to here because we're still really high here. Yeah. I'll get it back on VNAV path, but I'm gonna need to use the speed brakes to do it, I think. Yeah, it's coming in now. Yeah, it's coming in. You know, it's funny, it's minus 12 degrees Celsius here in Minneapolis. Over here in California, it was 80 degrees today and really hot. It was like the sun was burning hot. Alright, vertical's coming in pretty quick here. Taking out the speed brakes here in just a second. Okay, 400 above. Okay, 200 above. Alright, that's probably good. Speed brake. Speed net path. There we go. Yeah, we're back. We're good. Okay, it's a race, guys. We got this Frontier and a 737. Alright, this guy's following us. I feel like we're getting stalked. He's coming in from O'Hare as well. And going quite a bit faster than we are. Bro needs to slow down, man. Okay, FMC speed. Oh, Sacramento. Yep. I'm in Southern California near Riverside, if you're familiar with it. March Air Force Base. That's where I am at. Hey, retard. Altimeter 2978 and start switch is continuous. Not Bakersfield, no! How dare you? You take that back right now. Bakersfield. Ugh. I'm like 3 hours from Bakersfield, dude. Don't insult me like that. Bakersfield. Get a load of this guy. Alright. I know we're going to be descending through some precipitation here, so I'm going to go ahead and get some anti-ice on the aircraft now.
Altimeter setting.
Yeah, Bakersfield sucks, dude. It's the worst. And I'm from Barstow, California originally, and that's bad. We talk crap about Bakersfield there. Holy crap, I'm getting returns on my weather radar. It's a miracle. I gotta record this. This is crazy. I've never gotten them before. Oh! This is the first time I've ever gotten a return on my Wixer. I'm excited. I've been dreaming for this day. I thought it was broken on this jet. Here it is. I'm getting it. Yep, I got it on. That TAT is pretty low there. Okay, it looks like our guy following in the Frontier flight is falling in line here and he's slowing down. So we shouldn't have any conflicts here. Minneapolis Tower United 2664. Radio check.
Right back.
Hey, have you gotten any reports about braking action? It's looking like there's some snow on the field there.
Let me check on that standby.
Copy, thanks. Possibly, although
I haven't gotten any reports from the sim perspective, but IRL currently 30 left and right are reporting 555
1,000 to go.
as of midnight 30 Z.
copy, thank you. That matches the ATIS. We'll call you when we're established on the ILS. United 2664. Okay, altitude down to 4. I can't wait to show you guys how this thing performs on landing. Okay, 250. I'm going to add a little bit of speed brake in here. Up and slow down a little tiny bit. Yeah, we're in some weather here. Okay, spoilers down. Ooh, that's a fancy return right there. Okay. Speed. Sell. Yeah, a little bumpy in here. gonna go speed, intervene, 210, flaps 1. FMC speed. Okay, approach checklist complete. Hey, what's up, Daddy Ray? You're just in time for the landing. Minneapolis, St. Paul, we got some snow. Alright. You know what I forgot to do? Crap. I didn't get the ILS in there. Okay. Course 301. And the frequency is 110.3. Let's get that. 11030. Crap. There we go. 11030. There we go. Alright, let's RM localizer. It is a live VOR localizer. Minneapolis Tower, good evening. United 2664 on the ILS 30 left approach. Alright, speed 180. Flaps 5.
United 2664 to Mini, good evening, 30 left, clear land.
Clear land 3 left, United 2664. Hey, ground contact.
Thousand to go.
Check. Alright, keep them going on to 3. Okay, a little bit of speed brakes here. Runways in sight. Okay, FMC speed. Approach.
1,000 to go.
Check.
$2,500.
Alright. Let's go gear down. Flaps 15. Speed 160. Yeah, we're gonna level up at 3, and we'll pick up the glide slope here. All right, miss approach 3,000. Okay, glide slope. Final approach speed 142. Flaps 25. Flaps 30.
Minneapolis Tower, good evening. Frontier 732, final runway 30 left.
Okay, Before landing checklist, landing gear down through green, spoiler handle,
Frontier
Armed.
7382,
Auto
mini
brakes
good
1,
evening.
flaps
60
30,
west by line number 2.
altimeters, cross check, we are clear to land. Alright,
Number 2.
this approach altitude set, we're set, autopilot, auto throttle. Okay, wind 322 at 21. Yeah, this should be a pretty benign landing here. Wind's more or less off the nose. Look at that
1,000 feet,
approach.
stabilized, miss approach altitude set.
Check. Look at that. Look at that approach pitch, guys. Is that nice?
Approaching 30 left.
Oh, this thing's flying so nice, guys. This in there. This. Oh, okay. Let me fly. Stop talking.
500. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
United 2664, welcome to mini, right when able.
Yeah, right when able. 2664. A little firmer than I'd like, but it's okay. Yeah, that's a little firm.
United 2664, Delta 2 parking, good day.
Delta 2 to parking. 2664. Alright. Yeah, it's a little firmer than I'd liked. I think I pulled the power a little too fast there. Alright, let me make sure I know where I'm going. Airport diagram. Delta to parking, okay. Okay, after land check the spoiler handle. Flaps. Wixer. Landing light. My turn off. Strobes. APU. Clock. Start switches. And stab trim. We're gonna park over here. So.
Frontier 7382, welcome to Mini, left when able.
Okay. Parking checklist. Okay, we made it. A little more firm than I would have liked. XWorks, is that Microsoft Flight Simulator? What is that? Not familiar with that. That was not my best landing. Let's review the stats here real quick, and then we'll turn to get back over to Chicago. Stable approach. All right, not my best work. Yeah, ILS Cat 2, okay, sorta, not really. 283, that's pretty firm. Crossed the threshold at 50 feet and 1,600 feet past, so on target, just a little firm. But I didn't break it. I didn't bend any metal, so. Let's go ahead and get set up for the next flight. Okay. We'll plan it and get on the road here as quick as possible. Smart cars. Make sure this thing went through. Oh yeah, she went through. So 12:37. All right, let's plan it. New flight. UL 12:37. KMSP KORD. Let's generate it. We'll pre-file it and get it moving. Okay, pre-filed. And then we'll download the flight plan for Zebo. Okay, let's reset our checklist and get on it. So reload, and we're going to connect as 12:37. All right, EFIS panel. Okay, weight balance. Okay, full load here. This is max passengers. Everyone wants to go back to Chicago. Okay, we're loading that up now. Okay, FMC. Load. Cool. Okay, what's up with that ringing over here? Okay, arrival. It's gonna be the ILS 28 center. Alright, good. Wow. Okay, route looks good. Activate performance request. And our final reserve and alternate is 6,000 pounds. TL 136. 89.5. Takeoff, flaps 5, CG, and the V speeds 147, 151, and 157. Okay. Okay, we're all set here. Final cockpit preparation checklist. I think I need to call for my IFR clearance here. Minneapolis Tower, United 1237, request IFR clearance to Chicago. Ah.
And United 1237, PC sent, expect 30 left.
Okay, received, we'll expect 30 left. 1237. Okay. Cleared via the RST-1, RST zipper, out to 310, squawk 1516. Climb via Citic Sec, maintain 7,000 feet. Alright, departure frequency Unicom, expect 30. Left, contact 126.7 push. Alright. 15. 16. Alright, that's set. Radios are set. Nav is set. Fuel quantity is set 14.2. Flight altitude is flight level 310 plus 1. 32. Okay, FMC is checked. Flight directors. Set. Airspeed V2, 157. Heading is set, altitude set, altimeter set. Auto brakes, RTO.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's
Departure
coming.
brief. We are at Minneapolis, returning back to Chicago O'Hare. Currently at Gate Foxtrot. Where are we at? One of these gates. Nope.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed, and we're ready to connect.
Okay, we'll push back into the alley and expect taxi via Delta Alpha 1 on the Rochester 1 departure. The instructions for 30 left for assign headings from 220 to clockwise 360 across 7 DME at Minneapolis at or above 3500. Maintain assigned altitude. If unable to comply, okay. So we'll fly runway heading, and then we'll make a left-hand turn down to Farmington, and then as follows. Okay, APU is on. Lower MFD. Engine. Doors and windows are closed. Yaw damper is on. Hydraulic pumps are on. Fuel pumps are on. Parking brake is set. APU gens. Wheel chocks and age. Hold. Beacon light. Trim air. Bleeds are set. Alright, let me get A-cars up and running and we'll be ready to go.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, crew. Let's bring it home. Oh, it's called a oral. It's called X checklist. It's up here, and you can make your own checklist with it. This is my personal checklist, but it's available if you'd like it. And this is a free plugin for X-Plane, so help yourself. Okay, we're ready to go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, starting 2. Rotation 2. Okay, oil pressure, fuel. Fuel flow, EGT. There it goes. I gotta say, for a stock airport, this one's not bad at all. Okay, roll back on 2. Could start on 2, starting 1. Rotation on 1. Okay, oil pressure's good. Fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Oil pressure lights out. Okay, good starts.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
At start check.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Oh, right there. APU's off. Okay, got bleeds on. Okay. Anti-ice is on. Okay, after start checklist complete. Taxi checklist. Flaps up, take off. Flaps 5. Snap trim 6 units. Takeoff data. V1 147. Rotate 151. V2 157. Takeoff thrust setting 88.5. Transponder TARA.
Always disconnected. My captain has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a good flight.
Alright, see ya. What is the ATIS? Information. Delta? Oscar. Oh, dude, 2.5 mile visibility, snow, broken at 23. They're definitely IFR now. Minneapolis Tower, United 1237, ready for taxi 30 left with information, Oscar.
United 2037, 30 left taxi, Delta Alpha. And for your future reference, you do call for push at Mini.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for the future call for push. And then Delta Alpha to 30 left. United 1237. Oops. Don't tell my boss. Okay, noticeable steering. Brakes. Yep, oh yeah, they work. Light controls. Okay. And then Delta should be out here somewhere, right? Delta's right there.
Arrival information, Gulf, departure, Tango, alternate Mini, the Mini altimeter 2979.
Okay, we don't want Bravo, we want Alpha. Okay, Alpha should be here. Right? Yep. So I'm not seeing it in a sim because I think I kind of messed up my snow, as in like the snow particles. I think I have a Lewis script that's messing it up. But we're way below 0 and it is reported as snowing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do an ice shedding procedure on the runway before we take off. And I'll kind of walk you through that right now. Let me just get this checklist ready. Lower MFD, VNAV, LNAV. Heading select. Okay, so center line. I guess is good. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to line up on the runway, hold the brakes, increase power to 40%, stabilize, increase power to 70, and hold for 30 seconds, and then we'll release the brakes and then start the roll, and then set takeoff thrust on the roll. That's to get the any kind of accumulated ice off the fan blades before we go to take off power. Alright, we'll take it out to full length here. Lights. Wixer. Minneapolis Tower, United 1237, holding short 30 left, ready for departure.
United 1237, fly runway heading 30 left, cleared for takeoff.
30 left, runway heading, United 1237.
Approaching 30 left.
Yeah, there's no traffic, so we have time for this.
On runway 30 left.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna hold the brakes. Power's coming up. Okay. Set power to 70%. Okay, chrono. Thank you. Okay, get all the ice off my blades. Alright, that'll do. Let's go. Brakes released. Takeoff thrust. N1 Togo. Hey, throttle, thrust hold.
V1. Rotate. Positive brake. You're up.
1.
1,000.
Check. Hey, flaps 1. Hey, flaps up. Tower United 1237 airborne, climbing through 3000.
United 1237, turn left, heading 260, center's close, have a good flight.
Okay, 260, and then on course, United 1237, thanks for your service. Alright, let's keep it turning. Direct Farmington. Hey, speed, correcting. LMAV.
Thousand to go.
Hey. Whew. I tell you what, Autopilot, you can deal with this crap. Alright, after takeoff, check the sliding gears up, lights out, handle off, flaps up, auto brakes off, exterior lights off, engine start. Hey, thanks HD. Appreciate you, man. You still flying right now? How's your flight going? See if we can get a little more power through this. Go to max continuous. Oh, that's cool. Well, what were you flying tonight? 757? I'll have to watch your landing in San Diego because those are always fun. Alright, I think we're out of the weather now. Man. All right, man. I'll take a look at it. I had a good landing in the zone, but it was pretty hard tonight. Hopefully, going back into Chicago will be a little better. Okay, altimeters 2992. Crash ticket 190. Oh, it's pretty substantial, so check it out. So I'm over here on the Nimbus server. Alright. Here's what they did. Dirt around main terminal, cargo, tuned concrete, new sewers, new manuals, new fuel pits, yellow stop signs, fixed taxi routes, taxi signs, missing hold lines, missing position, missing direction marks, taxiway shoulders, airport misaligned, they fixed that, ramp marking added, pushback lines added, a pretty big list of stuff, a lot of fixes. I would say the most important one was they aligned the runway, so, or the airport scenery was about a half a mile shifted from where it should have been in the game, so everything was misaligned. So they fixed that, and that's kind of a big deal. That's probably the biggest fix. So a lot of quality of life improvements and one big major structural change. Good stuff. Taxiing out of there this evening, I had no issues leaving. So should be good coming back too. Yeah, definitely. And it's already up on the org store, so he sent it today and it's uploaded today, so you can have it now. Man, it is bumpy. This thing's climbing slow. It's probably the anti-ice that I have on, but until I get out of this turbulence, I want to keep it on. Alright, let's try it out. Alright guys, I'm looking at the arrival stuff here. Gusting 2.7, so 10 knots of additional gust. Overcast of 5. Temperature 29. I'm sorry, altimeter 271. So let's see what we got for make it VRAF 10. Okay. Approach speed is 152, so that's gonna be 147. Auto brakes 1. Take most of the runway to land on that. So landing on 28 center. Landing distance suggests that we'll do full length rollout, but if we can make Papa 1, I'll try. I'll try to make Papa 1. We'll exit, do Delta cross, 28 right, make a right on Alpha, left on Sierra Papa, back to Bravo gate. Alright. Okay, I'm on the Fight 7. So 280 at Stanley, 270 at Clusby. And left on Giorgio. And at Tony, we're landing on 28 center. We'll come back around, pick up the approach somewhere in here, left turn to go on the ILS approach for 28 center. What's this? Oh. So Hazel's 4,000 feet, so we'll get about here. We'll make a left turn, pick up Hazel, and land on 28 center. RBR is 1800, correction, decision altitude 851, MSA 3,400 feet, and this approach climbing to 1100, then climbing left turn to 4,000 on heading 215. And inbound the DPA VOR radial 82 to DPA and hold. DuPage. $851. Okay, we're ready for descent. Whenever. Should be coming up here pretty quick. Go get it. You get around, man. I seen you on this channel. I seen you with HD, and I saw you over on XP72, I think, the other day. When he crashed his MD-11 at Atlanta. Okay, we set out to 10,000 feet. Alright, crew, heading down. Okay. Let me get the CTAF for 12075. Okay, speed brakes. Spoilers down. Okay, a little bit fast here. A little bit of speed brakes in. Or spoilers. Nice, speed brakes. Correction. Spoilers. Alright, and back down. Tell you what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna take a little shortcut. I'm gonna get a little bit tired here, so I think we're gonna go straight to here and save a little bit of time. Okay, altimeter's 2971. And that's cross-checked.
Altimeter setting.
Yep, I got it. Right, let's go direct to Giorgio. A level at 14,000.
1,000 to go.
I'm gonna go speed, intervene. Let's try to get to a little bit faster. 320. There we go. Sped up a bit so we can get there sooner. Yeah, I'm starting to see the lights on the outskirts of what's it called? Where are we at? Chicago. Okay, wind is now 270 at 18, gusting 29. Minus 6 degrees, that's cold. 29 or 72. Alright, so did we get the gust in here? 150, 52 plus 5. There we go. Hey, there it is. Boy, it sure looks nice from here. Alright, I'm gonna go back to VNAV. Oh no, sorry. VNAV, FMC speed, VNAV altitude. Speed brakes, speed spoilers. Well, that's midway right there. Been there a lot. And O'Hare right there. Beautiful. Look at that. get a screenshot. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start slowing this down, way down.
Thousand to go.
Check. Okay, port checklist complete. Okay. So we need to get down to 4,000 feet here pretty quick. Keep the spoilers out. And then let me get the 108.95. Approach course 273. Okay, altitude down to 4. Flaps 1. Actually, I'm gonna go vertical speed. I need to get down pretty quick here. Yeah, actually, we're really, really high here. Trying to see TAF. It looks clear. It doesn't look like there's any aircraft landing except for this guy. Alright, let's turn base. Heading select 7 degrees. Chicago O'Hare traffic, United 1237, turning base for the ILS 28 center. Vertical speed 1,000 feet per minute. Alright, speed brakes. Spoilers, I mean.
1,000 to go.
Okay, so the final approach course is 273, so let's turn heading 303. ARM localizer. Hey, localizer capture. I think we came in a little too shallow on that, or too steep. But I grabbed it. Chicago O'Hare traffic United 1237 on the ILS 28 center approach. 20 miles out. Altitude acquired.
O'Hare traffic American 766 clear of 28 center. Crossing 28 right, taxi parking. O'Hare.
Approach mode check. That is one massive airport. Look at the size of that thing. That is humongous. Alright, speed 180. Flaps 5. Okay, the wind 266 to 28 right now. Expecting gusts. Okay, glide slopes alive.
Overhead traffic, cargo logs 95 uniform, pushing back northeast cargo.
Speed 160. Back slope, get out, flaps fatigue. Okay, final approach speed will be 157. Flaps 30. Landing checklist, landing gears down, 3 green, spoiler handle is armed, auto brakes 1, flaps 30, altimeter's cross checked, we're clear to land. O'Hare traffic, United 1237 on a 10-mile final for 28 center. Alright, I think I can handle this one. Okay, autopilot. Hard throttle. these gusts. Not seeing them. Oh yeah, there we go. Try to feel some now. Oh, the speed brake is armed. There's the gusts. There you go.
Feet stabilized. Miss approach altitude set.
Check. A little low on glide slope, correcting.
Approaching 28 center.
There's gust. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's the gusts.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100.
Wow, big gust there.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
A little bit of a floater because of that gust at the end there. I think we can still make this though.
80 knots.
Manual braking.
Chicago Traffic United 1120 taking off 22 left, Chicago.
Oh, we did make Papa 1. Perfect. That's what I briefed. Yeah, approach speed. Yeah, I know. Oh, here, traffic. United 1237 is clear of 28 center, Papa 1. I think we're going to continue straight ahead up here. Alright, spoiler handle. Flaps. Auto brakes. Wixer. We're gonna hold short here until I figure out where I'm at, where I need to go. Okay, landing light, we'll leave those on to cross APU. Engine starts, stab trim. Alright, let's get our bearings here. Yeah, thank you. It wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. It was better than the other one. Okay, so we're gonna cross Delta Delta all the way to Alpha, and then Alpha all the way over to Sierra Papa. O'Hare traffic, United 1237 crossing 28 right at Delta Delta, taxi to Terminal B via Delta Delta Alpha.
Approaching 10 left.
I got the clock.
O'Hare traffic, cargo looks 95 uniform. Taxi out of the northeast cargo ramp to runway 27 left.
After line checklist complete. Okay, right turn here. This should be Alpha. Hey, left turn coming up here. God, this scenery is so good. I love this. Alright, we'll cut the corner on this. Here, Bravo 5. Bravo 6. 7. There's my gate. 9 and 10. Right here. Okay, parking checklist. The switches, Tremere. Packs, engine bleeds, window heat. ARS, anti-collision lights. Power, brakes, APU. Well, guys, it was a nice flight tonight. We took this jet from here over to Minneapolis and back, and had a not so great landing at Minneapolis, but a decent one here. So, you know, I really enjoyed the flight. The plane's flying good, and this scenery is awesome. Let's get a quick look at it. Jeez, guys, look at this thing. This might be the absolute best scenery in X-Plane 12 right now. Look at it. The lighting is so good. Nimbus, you are awesome, man. Thank you for what you do for us making these sceneries. This is not an easy task, and the fact that you're able to update these and make them look good is really awesome. So thank you guys for watching tonight. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll probably be back on Sunday for some more flying. TBD. I'll catch you guys on the next one.